Hello, thanks for jumping on again. Uh, okay, so in today's video, I'm going to discuss and talk more about Microsoft 365 E3 license, which has a different security, compliance, and all about the productivity apps and features included in it, and which is moreover for enterprise level license plan which has all the capabilities of Office 365. Earlier it was Office 365 and Microsoft has rebranded it to Microsoft 365. And even in today's generation or in today's time as well, there are some plans for Office 365 E3, E5, and F1. So I'll discuss those as well in our later videos. But before that, I'm going to discuss this plan and tell you all about the plan, how it works, what are the things are added in this plan, how it can help you to improve your collaboration within a company and outside the organization as well, and what are the controls and what are the capabilities that you can utilize for your company across the organization, be it one-to-one communication across the company and many one-to-many communications as well. So let's jump on the features and services that it can offer for us, right? So here we can see improve productivity and foster culture collaboration with connected experiences. What does mean is it provides us all the experiences, all the different applications across Microsoft 365 ecosystem. Of course, it is a pure cloud service, right? So it has all the cloud capabilities that we have seen in other different plans already. But still, this license comes with a many different capabilities than all of those which we discussed earlier in our previous video. And I would suggest you to go back and see those that video and understand those plans as well, so that you know a complete understanding, or you have a complete understanding about the plans, right? So here we can see this plan comes with $33.75 per user per month, which is a per user cost. If you are going to buy or purchase this one, it is going to charge you $33, almost to $34, you can say. And also we can get a 1 month trial license. So by getting this license plan, once we have this plan with us, we would be able to uh, utilize all the capabilities of this license and plans. And you must have seen, or you might be wondering, what is this no teams means. So this means that Microsoft has recently changed their Microsoft Teams plans, and they have made it as a standalone plan, which is different than this plan and other plans as well. So other similar plans, and they have made Microsoft Teams plans separately. So if you wanted to get those plans going forward, you need to buy that plan additionally, and it is going to charge additional cost to it. Additional as in the plan cost. So that would be different than this plan, right? So we are not going to get into that complete discussion, but definitely there would be a separate video on that, why the teams were separated out from this Microsoft 365 E3, E5, and other business plans, and why they have made it separately available, right? So here they have made all the complete article, and how they have framed it with the different capabilities which plan has a teams available which doesn't have, and how you can get it in case you wanted to get. So this would be a complete separate video, as it has all the details, right? And this shouldn't be something, uh, shouldn't make you confusing right at this point. So we'll focus on this first. And here we can see they have made it separate license. And we can get it as an add-on plan or separately for our requirements. So next, here we can see Microsoft 365 E3 includes these many applications or services that Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, OneNote, SharePoint, OneDrive, and Windows. Along with that, it shows a complete a list of features which are part of this license, which shows Enterprise 11 Windows operating system with E3, then 365 apps for enterprise, then 365 for mobile, then web, Outlook, Exchange, SharePoint, Microsoft Booking, Visio for web, OneDrive for work, List, Microsoft Stream, Power Apps for 365, Sway, Power Automate for 365, Planner, and then To Do, then Viva Engage, Community, and Conversations. So this is also a very big a topic altogether to discuss further on its capabilities of this. So we'll make a separate video on that as well. And here Viva Insights, then 365 Administrator to manage all the 365 E3 plan services, and then Endpoint Analytics, Proactive Remediation. So this is from Microsoft Intune, which gives us an ability to remediate the devices and all other issues on each endpoint that is happening, or those were occurred due to xyz reasons, or there could be many reasons. It's not a single reason that was causing particular issue. So this is Windows Autopilot, which we can utilize to manage the devices using out of the box experience over the Intune, along with other ways as well, like intra joint devices, hybrid joint devices, and along with that, we would be able to manage the devices through Intune, which are Azure AD registered devices or Entra registered devices, in short. So other Windows features includes Windows Hello for Business, which is also part of E3 license, which would give us some security capabilities, including including you need to use the thumbs and all other security features. So those would help you to uh, reduce the security or password kind of attacks, right? So those are the features that reduces the security posture or security issues that we generally we generally should be aware, and we should have those unknown capabilities that yes, we would be able to do this. Because of this, we have the secure capabilities enabled across the fleet, right? And next is our Intune, which is a device management platform along with application management platform. So Intune is something which is pure cloud-based service, and it helps us to manage all the devices, including Windows devices, then Mac devices. Along with that, we would be able to manage mobile devices as well. So that is a complete a big list along with the Intune capabilities and features and services. So we'd be able to do that all through a single point of source or single point of a center where we would be able to set up everything, and we can then deploy those configuration profiles and policies and everything across the fleet and manage those the way we wanted to manage across the organization. And the next or the further topics are direct access, which is a part of the virtual private network that Microsoft has launched. I think almost before 6 to 8 months, they have made some changes, and they have added this capability into the different license plans along with E3 and E5. And this capability also helps us to utilize our public and private network over the or using Office 365 applications. So by using that capability, we would be able to access and provide the access on different applications, and how we wanted to reduce our uh, posture on security side, right? So the next here is Windows Defender Credential Guard, which protects derived from the domain credentials and which is specially for Windows clients. Along with it has some capabilities on other platforms as well, but those are depend on the certain level or certain range that each license and plan covers up. The furthermore, we have Defender application control, then Entra endpoint plan one. So Entra plan one, this is also a part of E3 license, and this is given as a part of this because this license is considered as enterprise license, and it should have all those capabilities to manage the devices and applications uh, and identities and data all over the across organization and fleet, right? And that is when these are the features that Microsoft has added or included in this scope. So you can see Defender application control. This controls the application and helps us prevent the malicious code running by on the different applications in case those are running, or someone or the people who are actually using the applications, and if they are using something which might cause that issue, in case we don't want those capabilities or those issues, that we should have this particular capabilities deployed and enabled across the organization on application level and on the endpoints. Next, we have Windows Information Protection, then Defender Antivirus, then Microsoft Preview Data Loss Prevention for emails and data and files, right? So this is something which is very important when people are tend to access different files and data, and be it any project specific, any use case specific, or any confidential documents, right? They would try to share it internal, external, but definitely there would be some use cases to it. And in case people are sharing some confidential data outside the company or in any other form, then that shouldn't be the case to stop and break that. And it should, or it is something like a data leakage, right? So that is not the ideal case, and no one would like to happen that within a company. So that is something we should prevent. And as a company or as an organization, they would always try to do all the security and compliance measures within the a particular criteria or a limit, so that people experience should also be good enough, and they should be able to access everything that they want, that they need, and they shouldn't impacted by their organization policies and some and all of those stuffs, right? So that is why we should also consider deploying and implementing all these security policies and DLPs, so that we have everything in place, but also make sure we are not making open access to everyone, so that people can just go ahead and access anything and share the data across. The next step is here, or next feature, which is Microsoft Secure Score, which is or which shows us the visibility and the controls over our organization security posture from the centralized dashboard, which is Microsoft Defender for all the other workloads, which includes MCAS, Microsoft Cloud Application Services, then Microsoft Defender for Identity, Microsoft Defender for Office, and Microsoft Defender for Identity. So all of these workloads, along with all other Office 365 workloads, including SharePoint, OneDrive, Teams, and Exchange. So these are the major workloads which are highly being used across the fleet, and those has different features and all other different things being used across the organization, right? So that is when we would be able to manage secure score, and we'll get the visibility how we are using all those, how we should do, what should not do, and how we can improve our secure score, right? So all those stuff would be shown under here, and we can improve on it. So the other features we can see, which is Microsoft Purview e-discovery, then BitLocker. This is something which can be deployed, and which is deployed through device management platform from Intune side, and which can be managed from Microsoft Entra ID as well too. to just make sure the devices are encrypted, and no one should be able to unencrypt it to get the device access, and device should not be something which is inappropriately accessed by someone and get the access on it and do unwanted things, right? And that is when we would want to encrypt the device and drivers and all other stuff. So that is when the BitLocker is going to take a charge of that one. The Microsoft Purview e-discovery is something which helps us to retrieve the data at certain range or certain level, and there are different use cases to it. So it is not something we can just, I wanted to pull out some data from the system or from the tenant, and I can just keep it on somewhere, maybe some other cloud or some other storage locations. So this is something we would have some legal and compliance requirements where we wanted to put some data on litigation hold, and we can just use core e-discovery to search and then put the data on hold, and we can put retention policies to retain the data for a certain number of years, with 3 years, 5 years, or 10 years, and after 10 years down the line we would have that data accessible to showcase on any different reasons, be it compliance requirement or regulation, or be it any security issues, right? So that's something we would have to, or we would be able to use e-discovery. Windows Auto Patch. Windows Auto Patch is something we can use or would be utilizing to auto patch or updates Microsoft 365 along with Microsoft Windows operating system, with the security updates or quality updates and all other regular updates that is going to be deployed or coming from Microsoft side, and that is when we will be using Windows Auto Patch. Then Microsoft Security and Compliance Center, which helps us to manage DLP, which we have seen here, data loss prevention policies, then e-discovery, then Secure Score, then Defender for antivirus, and then Windows protection. So all of these stuffs can be managed or would be managed from Security and Compliance Center, wherein we would have a complete control over it and we can manage it from end to end, be it creating the policies from scratch and deploying it and testing it and everything there. So next we have universal print, which eliminates our print servers needs and enable users to print from the cloud platform itself. So we don't have to create underlying infrastructure, be it network communication or be it set up locally, which helps us or people to, or in earlier environments we used to set up network and then print and then everything together, and then we were using that one. But by using this feature or this capability, we don't have to set up that. Instead we can just enable this service on particular user base, and then they should have this capability which just needs to be wired with the respective devices, and they should be able to print it. Here we have basic auditing and retention tools, which helps us retention labels and content search, and then we would be able to utilize the compliance capabilities for auditing and editing and everything across the system or across the tenant, right? Next we have device health, then Purview information protection, and then Microsoft Loop. So these are the features which are part of different categories or different use cases. For example, information protection. This is something for securing email, documents, and sensitive data that is flowing across Microsoft 365 tenant within a company, and if that data is being also shared across outside the company as well, right? And that is when we would be putting some policies on it, on top of it, and those should be reacted as per that policy. So instead of just someone is sharing data and we would not want that data to be shared across, then we would putting some policy, and that should something like stop in case the data is really confidential and we don't want that to happen. The device health, it's something which is proactively identifying, and then it is going to help IT and the respective teams to notify that this could be the potential issues on device side and what measures we should take. So instead of just waiting for people or users to raise those issues to IT support or IT team, and that is when this is going to give us a complete remediation or the complete details of those issues. Those are the potential issues, and we should be aware and we should take appropriate actions on it before it is going to happen. The loop, which is co-creation application, which enables your the different teams across the company to bring different projects or ideas, and it is some this is the application which really helps the different teams to work on things and work collaborative way, right? And that is when this is going to be very helpful to produce their ideas and work on it. Here we have different add-on services or applications, licenses, which we can see Copilot for 365, Microsoft Teams Enterprise, Microsoft 365 E5 Security. So this is also add-on plan in case we wanted to get this plan on top of E3 plan for security purpose or for security implementations. Then we have E5 compliance as well. So this is also a additional or add-on plan which we can get on, and then we can deploy the right set of policies. Along with that, we have Microsoft Syntax, then Windows 365, then Microsoft Viva, then Microsoft Privacy Risk Management. So these are the different add-on plans, and we can subscribe for as per our requirement and how we want it to be, uh, how we want it to be more secure, and how we are going to utilize all of those. So even those would be utilized based on our use case, our requirements, and our complete or wide policies that how we wanted to push through, right? The further on this is we have some resources that Microsoft does provides. I would say is deployment assistance at no cost. That means this is something Microsoft is going to provide some help from their end, and then here we have a roadmap, then community support, community, and then deployment resources, which is something Microsoft documentation. And in case we have some additional questions, or in case we wanted to get more details, then we can either contact to them or compare offerings. So compare offerings, this is something we would be able to see different plans for enterprise organization. So this is something for medium to large scale companies or organizations. They would ideally would buy licenses in bulk, and they would utilize all the organization or the different license capabilities to keep their data safe and secure, right? Along with the user experience and all other capabilities. It's not something we just wanted to use high level or highly costly or high costly or expensive licenses, whether because our organization is big, or that is something we just wanted to just glorify. It's not something like that, but it totally depends on the company requirements and how they wanted to be utilizing all those capabilities based on the requirements that they wanted to put in. So this is the end of this 365 E3 plan without Teams, and as we have seen above, there is separate license for Microsoft Teams. So that is something we can or we are going to discuss in another video later. So this is all about Microsoft 365 E3 without Teams plan, and uh, you can reach out to us in case you have any questions or any doubts or any issues to understand this. Also, uh, we would be happy to help you in case you wanted to learn more and know more. And yep, that's all about it. So thanks, and please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.